Okay. Hey guys, this is my first ever video on this channel, so I'd like to introduce myself a little bit. So, my name is Dennis, I'm 26 years old, and I'm an artist. I love creating things since I was a little kid. I always used to draw and create things with my hands. I studied fine arts back in high school and university, and I used to be a professional cosplayer for like 10 plus years, but then I stopped doing that, and now I'm mostly focused on my art. And a couple months ago I made something. It was okay, so my friend gave me her guitar, and I think it's a knockoff Telecaster. I told it was a Stratocaster on Reddit, and a bunch of people roasted me for it, so I think it's Telecaster. And I never played it. I'm not a guitarist, a guitar player. And a couple of months ago, I looked at it and thought maybe I could do something with it, because it had no use for me anymore. And I love creating things, and I had this idea in my head. I'm not gonna explain it anymore, just look at it. It's too shiny. Okay, so this is the design I made. I used DVD parts to make this, and I cut DVDs basically and glued them on it. I love this design so much, and I thought some other people also appreciate it, and I posted it on Reddit, and a handful of people actually liked it so much and asked me to do a how to do video on this. And fortunately I have some footage on how to make it, and I will try to edit and show it to you guys, so I hope you like it. I start by cutting a random piece of paper. It's supposed to be close to the size of the next piece of DVD I will be placing on the guitar. I put it down, give a little scratch so it'll fit good, and I understand the shape that I will be drawing on it. I take any pencil and I start by drawing the piece I want to add on the place. It's literally a random piece. I just draw it out of my head. It just needs to fit on the size of the DVD. That's the only thing that matters when I draw them. I cut the piece with scissors and check again if it still good. Yeah, it does. I'm separating the piece to 2 pieces because that's a big one and it's not gonna fit on the DVD. I almost never use any ruler. I just try to make a straight line, and that's usually enough. So the story is, last year when my childhood best friend was moving, and she had lots of things around that she wanted to get rid of, and I was feeling very creative at that time. I wanted to make something, but I just didn't know what. And she showed me these extra DVDs she had. She asked if I wanted them, and at first I was like, no, what will I do with these? These are old, I don't know. And I took a second look at them, and I thought that they were very beautiful. And at that moment, I knew that I wanted to make something out of these things. I just didn't know what. Now, I want to cover everything with these bad boys. I think they look really ethereal and like futuristic. I think they just have such a different vibe. They have so many colors on them. I mean, they reflect so many colors because of the material, the filter that it has. The first thing I did with these was actually a belt, and it was very pretty actually. I love it so much. And then I wanted to make more, and I made this DVD guitar. I love this so much too. And then after this, I made a full canvas with it. I realized that it takes a considerable amount of time to make these stuff, but I think it's really worth it. And I'm kind of glad that I recorded the process while doing it. Anyways, after I traced the shape and decided what I will draw on it on paper, I traced the shape on the paper onto the DVD. Now you don't really see it here, but I'm cutting the DVD and it's kind of painful. After 10 or 20 or 30 times you do it, your fingers start to ache a little. But yeah, I cut the DVD here, and if there is any unwanted leftover parts on the piece, I try to shave them with an X-Acto knife. This one looks fine. Let's see if it fits again. Nope, not like that. Whoops. Wow, okay. This one kind of fits, but apparently I traced the wrong side of the paper on the DVD. That's why it's important to take a quick note on every piece of paper you cut, like right, front or back, on whichever side you prefer, and stick with it. Now I have to draw the shape on the DVD and cut it all over again. But maybe it's even better because now you can see what not to do. By the way, an important tip about this technique: while developing it, I experimented with lots of brands of DVDs, and I found out Trinco, as you can see here, is the best one because when you cut it with scissors, it doesn't crack. The layers don't leave each other, it stays intact and gets cut very easily. So that's important to choose which brand of DVD you're working with. Other than that, the materials are pretty basic. Any pen or pencil, strong glue, a piece of paper. Paper-wise, you can also use a transparent parchment paper. After doing this, I switched to that one because I could see what's going on underneath, so I could decide on the shape easily. Now here I finally made the correct shape for the piece I wanted to make, and I'm trying to make it fit by cutting it a little more with my scissors. Sometimes the shape enlarges when you trace it on the paper and then the DVD, and while cutting it with scissors, these things happen. It's alright, you can always cut a little bit more, just try not to cut too much. And voila, it fits perfectly. For the last step, I wanted to paint the wooden parts of the guitar to black with acrylic paints, because honestly, I think this design looks better with black. And you can't really see it here, but I applied glossy varnish on this. And yeah, it's finished. What do you think? I think it looks pretty shiny, even though it If you're seeing this, it means you watched it till the end, and I want to thank you. If you guys like it, tell me about it, because I would love to make more videos like this. So have a good one.